Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about if teeth could talk. So, of course, your teeth do talk in your mouth, don't they? But individually, if they could talk, what would they say? And what would they tell you about your body and which areas are under stress? Because as we know, each tooth relates to a meridian. So it's like when you have particular teeth that are in trouble, often they're telling you about aspects of your body that are in trouble. And we've had the belief that once you've, done a damage to your tooth that it can't repair, but apparently they can repair and they are able to remineralize. So uh, there are some advertisings for a particular toothpaste that has xylitol, and I think it's calcium carbonate that help to remineralize the teeth. I could be wrong on that, but I'm sure you can have a look at it yourself. And I guess our diet is also part of our teeth, do a lot of white flour or white sugar or, nasty oils. I guess that like learning to eat more fresh fruit and veggies, particularly veggies, and eating proteins that are like if you're going to eat animals that are grass fed or wild caught, or if you're going to be vegetarian or vegan, that you're going to, if you're going to eat beans and lentils and things like that, that you actually soak them and, use them in a good manner so that they are easy for your body to digest. So I wanted to clear some energy around teeth. And I guess especially as you get older, your teeth have been working very hard and sometimes we need to support them. All right, so let's go into our solar plexus chakra. All right, so the first affirmation that comes up is I am enough. So sometimes we don't feel that we're enough. Sometimes we feel that we're inferior or that we make too many mistakes and, we're analyzing ourselves as failures. Been there, done that many times myself. Uh, s- I guess each thing that happens to us or each part of our body that complains, it's not that we're faulty, it's that this is where the energy is stuck and this is when we need to put our attention and allow whatever is stuck here to be released. So sometimes the things that are being released are generational things, sometimes they're things that happen in our lifetime, sometimes they're just stuck emotions, or sometimes there are triggers from events in our life that get stuck. And most of us have like little triggers of events or aspects of our life that may make us feel that we are less than. Oh, good morning, Alyssa. All right, I'm always loved and secure. So often we know that we're loved, but we may not always feel that love, and maybe that love's not presented to us in the format or the love language that we are appreciating or uptaking. So there's gifts, there's acts of service, there's words of affirmation, there's quality time, there's touch. So it depends on how you feel loved. All right, I assert my power wisely. I'm open to and deserving of the very best life has to offer. So sometimes we're not speaking to ourselves or about ourselves in a kindly manner, and we can be critical of ourselves. So I guess if you see that as attacking yourself, that um, your body is working for you and trying to do the very best it can to help you accomplish your purpose in life. And so when it tells us there's something stuck, then we get angry with it. But really, we need to hear the message, as hard as that may be. All right. So if we think about our core beliefs, what we believe is true or what we're trying to achieve in life, um, I guess our heart is the center of us and our connection to our spirit. And so when we follow our heart and our gut instinct, we make great decisions. So these decisions may not always appear to be logical or rational, but it is really important for us to work from our heart. And, we know that that's how we receive spiritual messages, and we know that that's how we're prompted to do things. And if we listen to those promptings, it usually goes well. Um, so if we think of Thomas Edison, he was able to invent the light bulb, but I'm sure he made many faulty light bulbs before he made one that actually worked. And I'm sure people around him would have told him he was crazy, but he persisted. And so do we need to persist. All right, believing that we can change our lives is one of the first steps. So having a picture of how you want your life to be and knowing the steps that you need to take to get where you want to be, and investing in ourselves as we take the plunge to do this, because oftentimes we don't invest in ourselves. We may not feel good enough. All right, so some of the beliefs that we may have can be generational. They're beliefs that have been passed down from one family member to another. So as we do the generational work, we're helping repair the families. So you're clearing the gene pool for the current and future generations. So uncles, aunties, cousins, all that sort of thing. So it's helpful that we actually work together as families to clear the generational baggage. Good morning, Julia. All right, my inner child is nurtured and brings joy and playfulness to my path. And I think that's important. Sometimes we forget to have fun. Sometimes we get so serious that all the fun is taken out of life. I'm able to observe my reactions to change from a distance. And since we're talking about teeth, other people that are on, do you have any issues with your teeth, or is there any other part of your body that's complaining that we can include in this energy call? Or is there someone that you're worried about? Do you have family members that are facing health challenges or mental health challenges or emotional challenges or financial challenges? All right, let's go into the crown chakra. All right, I'm intelligent and spiritual, so we can be both. I'm safe. All right, age 6. So where were you? What were you doing when you were 6? What pops in your head? And the feeling of stubbornness stuck there. I have a Dutch father, so we like a little bit of stubbornness, or we could call it perseverance. So Julia mentioned her mum remarried. Okay, well, that would have been an interesting situation and challenging, I'm sure, because you would feel that you have to share your mum, which would be hard. Okay, so the feeling of rejection. So we can feel that if our mum took someone else on, maybe they're rejecting us. And also feeling peeved, so a little annoyed that that happened, feeling that we're not the center of our mum's universe anymore. Also the feeling stuck here of hopelessness. So what might you feel is hopeless in your life at the moment? Can we change the perspective on that, or can we release what's hiding in that hopelessness? Age 8, age 26. Good morning, Elizabeth. Age 30. All right, and we're going back to that oh no, actually, I'm fun and spiritual. So sometimes we can be spiritual and we can follow the spiritual promptings that we receive and we can act on these promptings, but sometimes we forget to be fun or allow ourselves to be fun. All right, parts of your body that are complaining. Okay, this feeling that's stuck is feeling unsafe, fearful, insecure, and the need to be on guard. So it's almost like you've got your sword up ready to fight. Okay, so the neck. All right, thank you, Julia. So some stuck emotions in the neck. Feeling separated. So how are you feeling separated? Is your spirits feeling separated from God, or, oh, good morning, Lavinia. Or are you separated from family members, or are you separated from your purpose? How are you separated? So Julie said, my husband is away working in Melbourne Monday to Friday since May last year. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? They asked if you can stay until the end of the year now. Good morning, Susanna. Right, so that's a little bit lonely. So not feeling okay without your husband would be a bit sad. Oh, and Elizabeth mentioned her lungs. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay. All right. I relax and trust the process of life. So I guess it can be sad that you're on your own and lonely, but maybe it's also the time to work on um, loving part of yourself more, or using your creativity as a way to express your feelings. And when we get to later parts of life, there may not be that spaciousness. So while there is a little bit of space, maybe you can use that spaciousness to have a chat to your body, to express what is within your body. All right. So spending too much time thinking and trying to work out and not enough time being aware of your feelings and tuning into your intuition. Okay, and Alyssa mentions the fleshy part below both thumbs aches. Right. So you're talking about this part here. So we have along our thumb here, the lung meridian goes along here. So there could be something in the lungs. All right, so this is from Inner Siegel's book. So she said, Divine Healing Intelligence, please delete and dissolve all the ways I am inflexible, stressed, fearful, and uptight. Please draw out all pain from my neck and all beliefs that someone or something is causing me pain, as well as all points of view, positive and negative charge, and all patterns that contribute to this condition. And she also says, repeat the word clear until you feel a shift. And she uses green light, imagining that going around your neck and releasing all the energy that's stuck there. All right, so the stress is kind of stuck in your neck. And I guess it's hard to know what to say to your husband too, isn't it? Because part of you is very sad that that's what he's doing, but you're also grateful that he's earning money and, helping your family to progress. I'm forgiving myself that my husband is doing that job. And we work together for our common good. Which goes back to age 6. So that would have been a big change when your mum remarried. The whole dynamics would have changed of your family, and probably you couldn't tell her because she would be happy to be getting married and she would be disappointed in your reaction. So not feeling that you can say something. All right, let's talk about the throat chakra for a second. I acknowledge my unique set of superpowers. And what are your superpowers? I'd love to hear. Some people are just creative, or some people are people that can just get things done. What is your superpower? All right, we can talk about the lungs now. Constant need for encouragement and support is coming up under the lungs. Okay, so Liz is also mentioning it's the joints where the thumb meets the wrist. Okay, yeah, which again is along that lung meridian. All right, so I can send you this afterwards, Elizabeth, too, if you want. This is from Inner Siegel's Body, The Secret Language of Your Body. And I bought an EW. It was it's a good book. And also the other one I think that's very handy to have is that Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. Okay, so she said, tilt your head back slightly and as you take a slow, deep breath in and then slightly forward as you breathe out. As you breathe in, visualize healing green light moving into your lungs and regenerating them. As you breathe out, visualize any density or toxicity releasing. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes. Divine Healing Intelligence, please install my ability to express myself fully, creatively, and confidently. Allow me to value and honor myself and to become independent. Thank you. All right. All right. Now we're talking about your thumb, Alyssa. So there's some emotions stuck in your thumb. Self-protection is hiding in there. So why do you feel like you have to protect yourself? Some generational baggage here from dad's mum and the women on that side of the family. I like 93 generations. Also some bacteria in the lungs. Now, when we have bugs, sometimes it's a physical thing, sometimes it's more an emotional thing. So it's more emotional. Again, feelings of being unprotected. Okay. Age 6, feeling unprotected. Age 33. So all right, so the opposite of being unprotected is protected, guarded, secure, and strengthened. So not feeling strengthened. Age 8, 13, 18, some generational baggage in the thumb again. So from your mum's mum side of the family, the men on that side, 33 generations of men. And some stuck emotions from the genes. Reaching out is what comes up. So maybe they were reaching out for help. Maybe in that those times it was hard to get help. We're back at age 8 again. So I don't know. Where were you? What were you doing when you were 8? Male friend when you were 8. Also the age chakra comes up. So that like needing that connection into the earth. Like we actually need to put our bare feet on the earth or in the water or maybe on our pet, sit with our pet between our feet. All right. My actions impact other living things. All right. So Elizabeth mentioned getting settled into a new house when she was 8. Right. And that can be difficult too, isn't it? Especially if you've moved out of area. I partake of Earth's resources with reverence and thanksgiving. So I guess it's going back into gratitude, isn't it? Sometimes we can get very much into what we don't have or what's not right or feeling unsafe or insecure. If we go back to teeth, like being able to get our teeth stuck into a project or into feeling like we've got some control or a handle on part of our life. All right, I work by trusting my intuition. So, is there something in your life that you're having to trust your intuition on right now? And usually we do that, but sometimes we have little doubts in the back of our head. Sometimes our ego wants to tell us we're not doing the right thing. Right, my mind functions optimally. Yes, Lisa asked if could the male friend when I was 8 be a pet. Absolutely. We're going back to that affirmation, I'm intelligent and spiritual, and the spiritual part's not holding. Right. So again, it's having like trusting our intuition when we're age 8. All right. So Julia's saying with teeth, I had a ceramic inlay and it's been hurting. Right. Okay, it's coming up some sort of bacteria in your stomach. So, do you have any like reflux? Some people at night, if they get a bit of reflux, it's like the acid comes up and can actually burn their throat, or even if it comes in your mouth, it could damage your teeth. And also, if you've got, Alyssa says yes. All right. I feel very bloated lately, says Julia. And Alyssa also, and my esophagus spasms. Oh, how awful. Age 46. If we say in general, I'm digesting my life. And you've got to think like your teeth and your saliva are the start of your digestion, isn't it? Like this, the time when the saliva starts to break down starches, and our teeth have to actually chew up the materials to make them easier to be broken down. So if we think more bigger picture, it's like, well, what am I having trouble digesting in my life? Are there aspects of my life that feel hard to digest? All right, so some feelings stuck in our stomach. Inability to claim one's own power. So, in what aspect of your life are you feeling powerless? Age 10, age 13, 14, 15. Right, if we say percentage that our teeth are operating at energetically, it's like 50%. All right, and Julie's mentioned a bit at work, but she guess with her being by herself without the husband during the week. I thought I'd be more independent, but it's making me really sad to be alone. Yeah, it is hard to be alone, isn't it? And sometimes we need our female friends as well because they can kind of understand us, and we kind of need our little tribe to support us. Okay, what's coming up under teeth is self neglect. So, how can you take better care of yourself? What's the one thing you're going to start doing today to take better care of yourself, to show yourself more love? All right. Also, what's hiding in the teeth is unresolved childhood issues and frequent self sabotage, feeling overwhelmed and stressed, frustrated about your inability to express yourself clearly. And maybe, Julia, like you, finding it hard to be independent, but maybe these feelings that are coming up are, it's like you're expressing that you want to be independent, but these are the feelings that are stuck that are preventing you from having what you want. So it's like observe the feelings, allow them to be felt, and we can clear energy around them to help you feel more able to digest them. All right, divine healing intelligence, please heal and regenerate my teeth and gums to their maximum health, vitality, and well-being. And the color blue is helpful. So maybe you can wear a blue scarf or a blue ring or a blue shirt. All right, blue, this is inner circle. Blue creates a sense of tranquility, serenity, and peace by soothing the mind. It helps to calm nerves, destroys infections, and purifies your aura. It can lead people to their truth and connection with the divine. So this is important, isn't it? Because we're seeing the things that are happening as our weakness. And Lisa says, I wear blue all the time. I love blue. Very good. It's also the throat chakra color, isn't it? This expressing ourselves. Blue can also assist you to improve your communication abilities, dissolve fear, and give you the confidence to speak up. Okay. All right. Hiding in the teeth, procrastinating in carrying out plans. All right. So, what is it that you know is the next step and you're having difficulty taking? What is it that you want to do? What's the picture in your head? All right. My brain functions optimally. I choose to be happy and balanced. My vision is illuminated by gratitude and love. It's almost like saying thank you to Heavenly Father for what you're about to receive, the clarity in what the next step is, the ability to work through the feelings that are feeling heavy at the moment and making it hard to feel like you can get a bite on life and get on with it. Okay, a little bit more in the throat chakra. All right, I am heard. I'm hearing and following my higher self. I'm accessing my power of discernment. All right, then back to the crown chakra again. The oil spikenard. Now, spikenard's about gratitude, and sometimes we need to be have gratitude. Sorry, for the difficulties as well, and sometimes it's hard to do that. Which makes me think of Corrie Ten Boom. She was their family housed Jews in the Second World War, and they got busted, and they ended up in the concentration camps. And her sister was a very grateful person, and in apparently the part that they were in was full of fleas, and which was really terrible. But the fleas meant that the people in charge didn't bother them much because they didn't want to go near the fleas. And so she was saying we should be grateful for the fleas because it meant that they could share their story of their belief in the Savior and teach people to have hope. All right, so spikenard encourages the soul to surrender and accept life exactly as it is. It invites individuals to let go and find an appreciation for all of life's experiences. So you could use that to help you feel more peaceful. And maybe you could use it with a little bit of vetiver. Vetiver is very grounding, helps us work through the difficult things. You could use that especially when you're in crisis and to help you remain connected because you need divine connection. There's an oil called Tulsi or holy basil. All right, Tulsi's greatest influence is on the spiritual and energetic plane. It reveals the often unseen strain of living out of alignment with one's spiritual purpose. It reminds individuals on a soul level of their purpose, which existed before they manifested physically on this earth. It helps them release the resistance to life and spiritually integrate for full actualization. Tulsi is an indispensable aid in spiritual awakening. So you make yourself a little blend with those oils, the spikenard, the tulsi, and the vetiver, to help yourself work through whatever is hiding. All right, I feel whole regardless of my circumstances. So more generational baggage here. Mum's side of the family, and the men, 17 generations of men. Feeling a bit wishy-washy. So sometimes it's like, what do they call it? It's like sour grapes. Oh, I'd really like to have that, but oh, I don't think I can have it. So, maybe I don't want that. All righty. So let's check in. How are our lungs feeling? How's our neck feeling? How are those thumbs feeling? How's our tummy feeling? There's another oil that comes up. There's an oil called Neoli. Um, all right, so Neoli reveals the false boundaries individuals have set for others in order to feel safe. This oil's message is that emotional safety comes not from contending with the outside world, but from clearing out the toxicity and discord within themselves. All right, so some feelings stuck in your neck, Elizabeth. Feelings of anxiety. So, are you worrying about something? Age 6 hiding in there. The feeling of defensiveness in your neck. and also resentment. Generational baggage from your mum's dad and the women, or lots of women, so 93 generations. Age 9, age 18. Elizabeth says, lots of things I can't seem to move forward in, and yes, I'm feeling all those things. Okay. All right. So sometimes when we are a person of light and we have great good to do, we experience opposition. Now, opposition isn't because you're not doing the right thing or because you're faulty. It's because you are good. And because you have good to do, that the bad team do not want you to do the good that is in your heart. And they want to stop you, discourage you, prevent you from actually accomplishing what you feel is important. So, uh, yeah, it's almost a backhanded compliment to get opposition. It's horrible. It's not nice, but understand the reason why. It's because of the good that you are doing and have to do. Okay, so 10th chakra. I let go of the feeling I would miss out on experiencing something. FOMO, isn't it? I have FOMO too. All right, what are you worried that you're going to miss out on? All right, the opening of the 10th chakra gives way to the giving up of judgment of oneself and others. There is an understanding of the lessons in their journey, and they begin to see the divine in others. So it's like being able to see the good and the bad in other people. And sometimes some people are there for the lessons that they're giving us. That's their job, to irk us. Generational baggage as well, mum's mum and the women on that side. 43 generations of women. The feeling of helplessness. That would be a very heavy feeling. All right, I'm able to get my teeth stuck into things and get moving. Age 8. Age 44. Okay. So we're going to plug in as if you've had some treatment on your neck and that you've been able to express yourself and that you feel heard and loved and acknowledged and that you feel God's love for you. Your Heavenly Father and your Heavenly Mother, they love you and love that you're doing the things that you're inspired to do, and you are doing the hard things and you are experiencing opposition. All right. All right, so move your neck, Lisa, see if there's a part that's still complaining. The other thing too, if when because there's a technique called ABC, which is advanced biostructural correction. So if you have bones that move forward, your body can't pull those bones back. And the more you have bones forward, the more you're doing a lean and the more your neck is going to strain. So it's like sometimes we need to have that correction to help us be in a more straight position. And that's kind of an ongoing thing. I guess you have to get a wheel alignment for your car every so often, especially when you hit potholes. All right. Open to any other suggestions about what you might like to have our call on next week. And just an invitation, we're doing an Energy Works from the 20th to the 22nd of March. So you're welcome to come. Even if you've done it before, come for a day. It's nice to have experienced people and like-minded people to share with and to work with. We do 3 days. It is like 9:30 to 4:30, but you learn how to clear energy and you get to work on yourself and other people, and it's a good opportunity to shift some things. And our next get together is on the 15th of March. So, okay. Well, thank you for those that jumped on the call, and thank you for being you. Don't give up. Know that your purpose is there for a reason. And yes, you're experiencing opposition, but don't give up. Keep on going. Okay. See you.